Good morning, PFA. I'm Deirdre Jansen van Rensburg from the PF marketing team. And we are live today from the beautiful new Personal Finance Advice Hub in Mutual Park. As we kick off the year, I'm really excited on what we will build together this year. There's so much opportunities out there, and we are ready for that. Our aim for today is to really show you what you have available to hit the ground running and what will be coming in Q1 so that you can plan accordingly. So we have a great lineup today. But before we get to that, I just want to tell you that we have our specialists on the line. So please post any questions you want to ask us into the chat today. We also have a QR code that you can scan to just register your attendance and actually give you an opportunity to win some prizes. So what's installed today? So thank you for kicking off the day, Jaco. We will move into some practical marketing application. Then we have Arnu that is going to join us and show us how Protect will help you to dominate in 2026. We have a demo on our automated leads process. And then we have Stephen that is going to unpack the benefits and opportunity that sits in 51 Club. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the practical applications of some marketing tips. So I'm going to start with something very practical, what we refer to as a content plan. So what we have on screen is just a snapshot to show you what's happening in the market, in the broader market out there. What will our customers experience? What is happening in financial markets? And what is happening from an Old Mutual point of view? So this is something that you can use to actually start planning on how you want to connect with your customers this year. How you're going to use some of the content to gain new access to customers, and how you are going to be consistent in your messaging that you can put out there. So things to consider from a market point of view. There's always things that is happening that is keeping customers busy, that is top of mind for them. Things like back to school. I mean, if you just go onto Facebook last week, there was pictures of this child is starting this and beginning their school. This one is ending, going to grade 12. And parents are excited about their journeys with their kids. So we have to use that opportunities and put out Old Mutual views and content on how we can help them when it comes to education. So that's just one idea, and we've put a few things there. What is happening in financial markets, for instance, budget speech is coming up. So what are you preparing in terms of what are you going to say to your customers around budget speech time? Because it's something that will impact their finances, and it will give you an opportunity for an advice conversation. And then what is happening in Old Mutual? What can you expect from the marketing team, the product team to support you in content that's already ready that you can use? And some of these things we'll unpack in a bit more detail today. But this is just a view of how you can actually plan upfront to be ready to connect with your customers. So the first thing I want to touch on is, have you ever considered using podcasts? I mean, if you just listen to where customers get their information these days, it's on YouTube. They are watching all types of influencers. So why don't get into the game and share some podcasts with them? It's bite-sized insights that you can share with customers that they actually, on things that they relate to. And it's things like marriage, death, taxes, those things that actually impacts our customers' lives every day. People are trying new businesses, side hustles on the side. So help them use these opportunities to create that advice conversation for you. All of these things is ready, and we'll share it in the post-comms so that you can actually be the person that shares that with customers. The second thing I touched on is back to school. So we will be, as Old Mutual, we will be very present during this period from a social media point of view. There's PR and media articles that we will be posting. We're also partnering with, we have partnerships that is key in the education space, like Baby Yum Yum, Your Pregnancy, where we will feature thought leadership, practical tips for customers that you can use. But you're probably sitting there thinking, so what? I'm an advisor and I wanna sit in front of customers. The reason why, as Old Mutual, we do this is clear, consistent presence in the market builds trust with customers. So when you get in front of that customer, they already know that Old Mutual has offerings and can give them things that can help them in their financial journey. Karen always refers to it as we're warming up the market for you. So when you get in front of the customers, they've already seen some of the things that you can share with them. So this is a few examples of what we have in our education focus. And then the next thing is retirement. So there's only a small percentage of our population that can actually afford to retire. And you will ask why? And research actually shows us that customers tell us that they are confused, they're unsure where to start, they are unsure who to ask for advice when it comes to saving for their retirement. And that's the reason why we've created a lot of collateral that actually addresses that customer concerns. And you'll see on the screen, there's quite a few examples, and you'll see it's branded for personal financial advisors. So it's ready to use things that you can put on your social media. And even the video that played, you can see the call to action is speak to me today. So it's very clear, it's very according to what customers said that they need advice from Old Mutual. Then you know there's also a customer competition that is currently running for savings, education and retirement. And I thought, let me share an example of how the customer competition has been used, because you might wonder, how will the customer competition really help me to actually gain access to customers? So this is an example of a paddle tournament that took place the end of last year. And at the activation, the advisor actually used the competition as an entry to get the customers to participate and generate leads out of that conversation. So it's a way easier way to get customers to give their detail to you rather than just to have your normal leads form. Then I want to move into tools. We finished last year, we finished our range of savings and risk tools. And we have a broad spectrum of tools available. But the question is, why do we create these tools? The tools is a very engaging way, non-threatening way for customers to actually be able to take them through these conversations. It's a great conversation starter without customers feeling that we're only jumping to quoting them and putting a quote in front of them, trying to sell them something. If we refer back to what customers said in the OMSIM results, they said that we don't want to feel that you're only selling something to us. And the tools is a great way to start that conversation, to actually make it more comfortable and engaging for customers to have these conversations. Then I've covered the savings piece from a risk point of view. We are also out in market. There's social media, WhatsApp banners, everything that you can actually put into your content plan and start sharing with your customers and potential customers. So from a risk point of view, we also have a few customer stories that you can choose to put into your content plan. And why does customer stories work? Because it actually shows that real impact that you are trying to convey to customers through your advice process. It builds that trust that when they actually listen to you and they fulfill on the things that you propose to them, that there's actually an outcome that they will benefit, that they or their families will benefit from. And it actually just makes that connection simpler and more meaningful. Okay. So today, I'm going to share the new customer story we've worked on at the end of last year. So you are the first people seeing this today. And it is a story about survival. It's a story about hope, and I'm sharing it with you.
My name is Gladys, known as Mahlako Bushielo, married to Simon Bushielo. I'm having 3 kids. We got married 2000 and he's a very good husband and a family man. It started round about last year, April. I was called by the little one to say, Mama, Papa isn't well. When I went back to his room, I found that he isn't okay. Already he collapsed. But we discovered through the doctor that it was a stroke. And then they decided to refer him again to some physicians, whereby he was just going through checkups and checkups. Yeah, it's normal to be scared, more especially with the type of the illness that he was having. No one is an expert to that type of illness. Especially to my kids, it was very hectic. What if there was no backup finances for him to can cover the very same ailment that he's having? But through the money that he was covered from Old Mutual, we are still enjoying. He never chose to have this. Remember, you don't know what will happen to you tomorrow. We were happy for the cover. I can just say whoever is not having the illness cover, if you have something to can pay for it, please go for illness cover, because you'll never know what will happen to you, especially with some illness like stroke, cancers. So I think it's a must. If it's possible, it's a must. So I believe Old Mutual can go on and on and on and assist other people who can benefit from it.
So everything that you need to use the customer story is ready, and it will be shared with you in the post communication. So I'm also pleased to share with you that our updated GPF calculator is ready. So what is new in the calculator? We've incorporated the two-pot withdrawal factors. The projections is also updated to show the long-term impact of withdrawals. And there is the updated two-pot principles that's also being included. But that's not all. So if you are not confident to use, or if you haven't used the GEPF calculator yet, we will be hosting masterclasses to help you through the process to make you an expert on using the GEPF calculator, because there's so much opportunity that sits in this specific tool. We've also updated the customer presentations and the customer brochures to support you in this initiative. So I've shared a few things with you today, but where do you actually find all of these things to help you? There's only one place, and that's Marketing Hub on Gateway. So if you log onto Gateway, you'll see on the home page, there's a page that says Marketing Hub. You click on Marketing Hub, and then it will open all the options that you actually have filtered into specific focuses. So if you need customer presentations, if you need support on market activation, risk savings, upcoming budget speech, you'll find everything in one of these blocks. So you'll see I've highlighted the how-to. So I'm going to show you a demonstration of how to actually use the things on Gateway.
All right, I'm just going to show you guys a brief view of what Marketing Hub looks like. So I'm just going to navigate to social media. After navigating to social media, I'm going to go to the social media content. So this is where we house all our social media content, depending on the type of need that you want to promote or communicate with your customers and advisors. So for this illustration, I'm just going to go to live. And then you look at the content that you'd want to post on your social media, or in this particular instance would be your WhatsApp status. So for example purposes, I'm just going to download the right cover for you here at the bottom. So I'm just going to download it. Okay, then once I've seen that it's been downloaded, I'm going to go to my files, where you will see it under downloads. Just refresh quickly. Yes, so I downloaded it earlier on. So here it is as the first item. And then I'm going to go to my WhatsApp web. So once you go to your WhatsApp web, you just open your statuses right over here, and then click the plus button, and then navigate to photos and videos. And it will be the first item under your downloads there. So now Deidre spoke about personalizing your message according to what you want to take up to your customers. So depending on what you want to say, you can type it here at the add caption section. So I'm just going to say, contact me for more details. But obviously you can add your bit of touch in there. And then once you're done with that, you can just click over here and then we'll go through. So people on my contacts are gonna now think I'm an advisor, which is good. And that's how easy it is.
So you will agree with me, it's actually very easy. So I'm going to wrap up with 5 steps to start this year strong. First of all, plan your marketing activities. There's a lot that we will share with you in the post communication and on an ongoing basis through hot news and other regional engagements. Then create a content plan so that you are sure what you want to put out there on a weekly basis. Step 3, download everything that you need to actually support your content plan. And then step 4, personalize your message. So as much as the collateral and content has been created for you, when you post it on social media, when you send it via email, what platform you prefer, create your personal message that goes with that. And then lastly, but very importantly, be consistent. Share consistently with customers, be present, talk about the things that is important to customers during that period. And most of all, just enjoy doing it.